welcome. Let me make sure we are all good here. Perfect. So make sure we have our volume shut off on the computer. We don't need that echo bouncing back and forth. That is not fun. So welcome you guys to another amazing Make It Monday. Today I'm going to be using the Delicate Pines, which is new to us from our online exclusives that just hit shelves on the 3rd, which was Wednesday. So if you guys have not had a chance to look at the online exclusives, there is a PDF over on my blog that you can print off, and it will kind of walk you through all the new things that we have in our online exclusives. So I've said it again and I'll keep saying it, that online exclusives, don't miss out on them because they're not in any catalogs. They are exclusively online. So make sure you get your copy of that to be able to see all those wonderful products that are in there. For those of you who don't know, my name is Danny Garola, also known as Pink Barn Stamper. I'm excited to have you guys all here with me today. If you would please throw up some thumbs for me if you're new to watching me. Please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. If you're not following me already on Facebook, please do that, so then you get notified every time I go live. Then you don't miss out on any of our fun crafting videos here. Go ahead and drop me a hello in the comments and let me know where you're watching me from. I love to see all of you guys within the country tuning in. We're gonna have a blast crafting today. So we are going to, I don't know why my computer said that we dropped off here. So let me switch this over to my other internet here. Maybe it's just my computer not wanting to do all the things with being live on Facebook and being live on YouTube. Sometimes the computer just doesn't want to grab that internet. So let me try. Hopefully I didn't lose any of you guys because it's saying that well. Hello, Maria. Welcome, you guys. Let me come in here. I have to, what is happening here? I don't know what's going on with, hold on. Let me try to bring us back up. I'm pretty sure Facebook is working. Melanie, hello. I see Melanie over on Facebook. So obviously Facebook's working. I don't know why YouTube just kind of kicked me out. They're like, hey, you can stream for us, but you can't watch yourself. That's not fun. I want to make sure I can see everybody's comments. I see Cheryl and I see Wendy. Wendy, you made it. Yay! And I see Frida. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for coming in. My Miss Canada friend. Oh, good. It's fine on your end. Thank you, Cheryl, for telling me that. Cheryl posted a picture. So the other day, as you guys know, we got a new little puppy. And she is, oh my God, she is such a wonderful dog. Like, she is the chillest little thing. If you know anything about French Bulldogs, they are, they snort, they fart, but they are so relaxed and chill. Well, the other day I was writing tutorials for last week's cards to get all the kits sent out. And I left my cards sitting on the couch. I went in and refilled my cup. And as I came back, guess who had my card? Yeah, that little girl had my card in her mouth, Thank God she did not get to the little embellishments. Hold on, let me grab the card really quick. I brought it out here so I can show you how close she came to grabbing the little embellishment here. So I'm showing Facebook at the moment, and then I'll flip up here and show you guys. Look at this. So close to the embellishments. Isn't that crazy? I'm so glad she didn't get one of those off and get that in her mouth. That would have been no bueno. But yeah, I had this sitting on the couch. I was writing the tutorial up for it, and I came back and it was all moist on that corner, and I could see her little teeth marks. And I thought, huh, welcome to motherhood of a puppy. It's been a hot minute. Our pit bull that we have, he is what's it gonna be? He is 6 years old, or he'll be 6 in October, I believe. I think it's like October 12th is his birthday. Okay, so I know hubby was going to plan on bringing her out here to let you guys see her. I told him that at about 5:10 he has to bring her out and introduce her to everybody. Now you guys over on Facebook probably won't be able to see her, so if you would like to see her, you're gonna have to pop over on YouTube and watch me live there. And he said that he was going to be bringing her out. So yes, that's what I was trying to say, is that Cheryl came in and she posted a picture of one of her cards, because I figured, having kittens as she does, she probably has a heck of a time crafting with cards, or any kind of project with having little kittens like that. I know they are very mischievous and they get into so many things. And she had posted a picture of her card that she goes, look what just happened. And I thought, yeah, well, because I always see her writing on Facebook about all of, like, when her cats get on her computer and they're typing all these little weird things out for her. So I'm like, yep, I get it now. I totally get it now. I mean, mine might be of a different species, but it's still a baby, and that's what they do. So that was kind of just funny that she had just posted that after I had posted the picture of what Ripley had done. So yes, it is warm here in Arizona, as Melanie has said. We did have a really good rainstorm here on Saturday that was so well needed. So I was watching the news today to see actually what our numbers are at. So during our monsoons start in June, and then they go through, I believe it is the end of September, I believe. And so they were saying that normally our average of rain numbers is about 5 inches. So we barely are at 2 inches, which is just crazy. So in the month of September, which they're not projecting happening, but we would have to get over 3 inches of rain to hit our average rainfall just in this month, which just seems crazy that we are already in September. Like, how did that happen? Speaking of which, we have a couple of birthdays this week that I just want to give a shout out to. We have coming up on the 11th, we have Kathy Adams' birthday coming up. And then on the 13th is Rosemary McGuire's birthday. So happy birthday, you two. Have a wonderful special day of yours. I hope you guys get out and get to celebrate. Maybe go out to dinner, do whatever it is that you like. Go see a movie. Maybe if you have a theater near you, you can go catch like a live theater act. That's always kind of fun. I know up in Oregon we had what was it called? It just left my mind. It was there and then now it's gone. But we had a really neat theater in downtown Portland, and you could go and you could watch like the Nutcracker, the like orchestras would come in, and it was so neat to go down and watch the different kinds of things and events that they would put on there. So yes, happy birthday to those two. Let me see, what else do we have going on? So as you guys know, on the 3rd, we had our new catalog launch. And that was our holiday catalog, which is right here and here. So if you don't have this catalog and you would like a hard copy of it, please reach out to me. You can find on all of my blog posts over at pinkbarnstamper.com. If you scroll towards the bottom, you're going to find it says catalog form. If you click on that little blue wording, it'll take you in so you can fill out the form, and then I can get one of these catalogs in the mail to you. It also has the option that you can choose if you are new to Stampin' Up! And you would like the annual catalog as well. You can click that and grab that catalog also. Then it saves me money to have them both sent to you at the same time versus me sending one catalog at a time. Then you get to see all the things we have. Besides, like I said, we do have our online exclusives. We do have 2 new kits that just hit on the 3rd as well. Beautiful kits that have just been added to the store. One actually goes with our world card making, which I will talk to you more about when I get you guys flipped around. Let's see who's all come in here. So I see a couple of you guys have come over to Facebook or come over to YouTube from Facebook. Hello, Anna. So let me actually flip over here to to Facebook really quick just to make sure I don't miss anybody. Come on, computer. She's moving kind of slow right now. I think my son has gotten into doing streaming. And so if he is streaming right now, he's probably in there cursing me since I flipped my computer over to the house internet. But he'll get over it. Tell him to suck it up, Buttercup. Mom's got some Facebook streaming to do, so he gets to just sit on the back burner for the moment. Okay, so let me see if I can get this brought up. Oh, perfect. So yes, we've got Kim, we've got Anna. Welcome, welcome. And I know Melanie was over here, but Melanie is now over in YouTube. So welcome, you guys. Okay. Oh, I see Linda is here as well. Welcome. So, I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I guess Mr. Pink Bark Stamper decided that he was going to try to show a late appearance, and it's not going to happen. But I really wanted you guys to see her. And I told him, I said, I'm going to be flipping around. I said, I've got things to talk about, so you better bring her out at 10 after 5. I guarantee you, he's in playing Fortnite. Because there he is right there. Speak of the devil. His ears must have been burning. Okay, so those of you over here on Facebook are going to get to see little Miss Ripley. Here she is. Look at her. I can't put her underneath here. Can she? Okay, there. Facebook, you get to see her too. But back up here. Here is Ripley. We have officially picked her name. I think I told you guys that last time, but this is Miss Ripley. So my mom came back from Flagstaff, yesterday. So this morning when she woke up, I brought Ripley over to her. Hi, baby girl. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, babes. Hi, were you sleepy?
Yeah, she was.
I see you were sleepy.
She was.
All they see is her head.
She's gonna help make cards.
She's gonna help make cards. There she is with a little smashed nose.
Up here.
Okay. All right. Okay, baby girl. You go back in and take a nap. She loves sitting on the couch taking a nap. So that way she doesn't potty on the floor if she's up on the couch. All right, you guys. Now I can actually get you guys flipped around, and I will tell him he actually just left out the door. Wendy, I'll tell him that you said hello to him. So hold on here in YouTube. Let me get you guys flipped around. You're already facing my desk over on Facebook. So you guys are good to go. So hold tight here. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Sorry. I mean to shake the life out of you. Make you sick and dizzy. That's not fun. Nobody needs to be sick when they're crafting, especially when you're feeling like you're being shuffled around on a roller coaster. All right, so I am going to I'm going to show you guys a little sneak peek of the cards that I am going to be sharing with you guys before we get into our promotions here. So today we're going to be making, like I said, 3 fantastic cards using the Delicate Pines. So here is one card, here is another, and here is the third one. Now, whether or not they get made in that order, that's completely different. And so here is the stamp set. This die set is a huge die kit here. This comes with 22 dies in this. So again, a huge bundle of dies that coordinate with all of your fantastic stamped images over here. So today we're going to be making these gorgeous cards, and we are going to go step by step through the 3 cards. And for those of you who are going to place an order with me of $35 or more, I'll be sending out a free class kit to make these 3 fabulous cards. So intended is you would need to have this Delicate Pines bundle in order to make the cards exactly as I am going to show you guys today. So this is a fantastic set. I actually am kind of contemplating. I've been having a lot of fun with this set. I really love this. Not only is it for like winter, but with the pine needles in this, I just think it is so different than anything that we've had, especially since they are like pine snowflakes. So there are so many different colors that you can use with this. So I actually am kind of contemplating whether or not that I might be using this again next week in another Make It Monday. And then those of you who purchase this set, you will have 2 weeks worth of cards that you can, you know, replicate or do as you wish. Okay, so before we get into our projects, I do want to mention really quickly that if you are watching and you are on my team, don't forget, this is just a little quick reminder that we have our team meeting tomorrow. You will find the link to the Zoom in your, check your emails and make sure you got that. If not, reach out to me and I can give you that Zoom link. We are going to be sharing inspiration as usual. We're going to be going to what is the word that I'm trying to find here? We're going to be using, or we're going to be going over team recognition. We're going to be doing show and tell, mystery stamping, and there is a guest speaker going to be in our this month's team meeting. Miss Shannon West is going to be a guest speaker for us. So that is fantastic. So that being said, how do you get on my team? Well, it's simple. You get your starter kit. So you're going to pick $125 worth of product. You're only going to pay $99 for that product. You're going to get a 20% discount on all your future orders. You're also going to get access to new products first. So you're going to get those sneak peeks of and a month of early release that you are going to be able to order product before your customers or before the general public. And it's completely your discretion whether or not you turn, you know, your demo into whether or not you want to start a little business on the side, make videos like I do, if you're comfortable with doing that. If not, just know that you're going to be getting that fabulous discount on all that product that you're already buying. You're going to get free shipping on your kit, and you're also going to get a free paper pumpkin in there. I know a lot of people always ask about paper pumpkins. So when you do the starter kit, it is a great way that you're going to get one of those paper pumpkins in there, so then you know exactly what paper pumpkin is all about. Plus, when you join my team, you're going to get access to some amazing support online. We have a fabulous community of stampers in here, which are always willing to help. There's just so much behind the scenes that you guys don't see when you just come in here and see me doing this. There is access to a lot of things that as a customer, you don't get to have your hands on as far as being a demonstrator. You get a lot of behind the scenes inspiration as well. So just to let you know that, and there's no pressure to sell anything. You can just enjoy this as a hobby and get that great discount since you're already shopping and enjoying that product anyways. So it's kind of a win-win. There's really no losing with getting your starter kit. If you get a starter kit and it's, you know, you just don't want to continue on with being a demonstrator, fine. You get product for a great price. You get to get $125 for, or $125 worth of product for 99 bucks. How is that a lose? So just to let you know that that is a wonderful thing. You will also get, as a customer, you know that you get your Stampin' Rewards. You're going to also get Stampin' Rewards for the product that you're getting discount on to use for your future purchases as well. Okay, so before we jump into stamping, I want to take a moment to share with you guys some of the promotions that are going on right now in Stampin' Up. I don't want you guys to miss out on any of these things, so I want to make sure that I share these with you so you can add more stuff to your craft stash, because who doesn't like more product, right? Especially when Stampin' Up always comes out with such gorgeous items. It's so hard to say no to. Trust me, I know, but my pocketbook kind of pays for it, but that's okay. I work hard to be able to enjoy what I like doing. So for our paper pumpkin that is still in rotation right now, this you can subscribe through September 10th. So you have until Wednesday to get your hands on the Fall for Toil. I know that word, or twall. Twall, that's the word, twall. Fall for Twall. That's right, it rhymes. And this coordinates with the Autumn Twall Sweet Collection. And I did actually get the Autumn Trees bundle here. So I got that. Oops, that's the wrong dies. Hold on a second. Let me grab the right dies. There's the right dies. And there's actually 2 sheets of dies in here just so you can see what coordinates with that. I didn't order the other bundle just because I really liked this tree and I wasn't too like into the other thing, but you know what? I always change my mind and I might actually wind up getting the Amber Autumn as well. But this, again, you can subscribe to this through September 10th. There's also the coordinating add-ons, the Circle of the Season dies that coordinate with the July, August, and September, if you don't already have that. It says design elegant cards with metallic foil and rich autumnal imagery. It's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. Metallic foil details and grosgrain ribbon trim, pre-cut paper pieces and printed sentiment labels. And again, it coordinates with the Fall for the Autumn Twall Sweet Collection. Okay, so just know that you have through the end of the day on the 10th to get your hands on that and get that ready to be mailed to your door or your mailbox. So Cheryl says, I can see stamping the snowflakes in green and die cutting pine cones. Exactly right. Such a beautiful set. I can't wait to share with you guys these cards and show you how to make them. So we've got mystery stamping. So on Wednesday the 10th, I am going to be putting out our supply list. So watch for that. That will be over on my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com. So when you click over on the right hand side on the categories, you will actually see the mystery stamping categories button. If you click that, you will be able to go in and see this. I don't have it set up yet, Like I said, that will be coming on the 10th. Hello, Mary. Hello, Bonnie. Welcome, welcome. Here we have our World Card Making Day. So World Card Making Day is a fabulous event. It is free for everyone, demonstrators and customers alike. Get some great inspiration for this. You are, the registration is open for this. You will find more details about this over on my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com. Just scroll down a little bit and you're going to see the World Card Making Day. It will, there's a registration button actually in there. Anything that has like a blue or a line underneath it, that is clickable on my blog. So you can actually just go right into the registration and register for this. I've gotten myself registered. It started on the 3rd. So I went in and did it ASAP. So then you will be updated with all the things. So just know that one of those kits that I was telling you guys about, I think it's called Heartfelt or Homemade and Heartfelt. That's what it's called. It's one of our new kits that were launched on the 3rd. It actually coordinates with our card making day this year. So definitely grab that card kit, that kit, and get ready for October 4th when this event happens. And you will see some fabulous things that they have created, and they walk you through making those projects. And so make sure you have the Homemade and Heartfelt kit so you can follow along with us. Okay, that is all I need to talk to you guys about for that. So we are going to get our hands inky and start crafting. Today's projects are fabulous. You guys are going to love them. So make sure you grab your supplies, and we are going to get started. Again, this is the kit for this week. So you can place a purchase in my online store, shopdannygarola.com, from today through the 14th, and you will get this fabulous kit in the mail. So just know that you can always come back to this live video. It will be over on YouTube because Facebook only stores my videos for 30 days and then they're deleted. So just know that it'll always be over on YouTube, that you can watch the replay of this. So the way it's going to work is you're going to get a kit that's going to have all the cardstock that you need, along with your designer series paper in your 3 envelopes that has each one of the individual cards. Anything that goes on the back of your card will be stored behind your card base, like your white inside piece or anything that's going to be to decorate the inside of your card. And then I will also have a PDF for each one of the cards as well. So if you're one that likes to read step by step how to create cards, then that will be there for you, and you can keep those. A lot of people like to use a 3-ring binder and they put those in there. Or you can, like I said, come back to this video if you're more of a visual person. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with, I think we're going to start with this one. No, actually, we're going to start with this one. I really like this one. So let me get out all the pieces that we're going to need here. Okay, whoops, I forgot my other piece. So we're going to start with a piece of Secret Sea. Now this is one of our new in colors. This is 11 by 4 1/4, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. So this is going to be one of those cards that open up like this. Okay, so that is our card base. Then I've got 2 pieces of our designer series paper. Now this paper is gorgeous. I highly, highly, highly recommend you buying this paper. Even if you place an order with me and you get this kit in the mail and I'm sending you these, any of the designer series paper that I use, you're still gonna want some of this paper just because it is gorgeous. And you're definitely going to want to play with the snowflakes and everything on this. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through these papers really quick. Let me get out. So we've got this piece here. So it comes with 12 pieces, 2 of each. They are double-sided. And then we've got this one. So you've got Pretty Peacock in here. You've got Shaded Spruce. You've got Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, some of the Mossy Meadow. Look at the snowflakes in that green. That's Shaded Spruce with white snowflakes. Now this is, the background is that Secret Sea, as I've used for my card base. And then you've got all that different color greens and blues in that. And the back side is I believe that's garden green with some white snowflakes on that as well. Look how pretty this is. This has got some pine cones with, again, some of those pine snowflakes. I really, really like this set, you guys. I just love the pine look to those snowflakes. It's completely different. And then that one has the green snowflakes in it on that Secret Sea. Love this pattern right here. Love it. I wish I could buy a bunch of paper that was just that pattern. Okay, so let me move this stuff out of the way. And we're going to get to this card. It also, if you buy the Sweet collection, which is where you will get all the things in one code. Where did I just put those? So you would get the, let me see here. You would get the bundle in that, and you would get these. These are called the Faceted Snowflakes, and oh my goodness, are they gorgeous. These come in gold. They come in silver. Geez, get your colors right. Pretty Peacock and Cherry Cobbler. And if you look at them closely, they're actually little snowflakes. So they are just gorgeous gems. And I am loving these. And I know I'm going to need another pack of these because I'm having so much fun with them. So in the Sweet, it is the paper that is included in that. It's actually right here. Let me show you this Sweet collection. There is a Shaded Spruce and Gold ribbon. The bundle that I just showed you, the stamp set and the dies, along with that Elegant Pines snowflake paper, all in one Sweet. So all you have to do is type in one code, which is right down here, 166079, to get everything in that Sweet collection. Then you're not trying to make sure that you've added, you know, each individual item, because you're really going to want it all. Now, I am not playing with the ribbon. I will let you know that. I think next, if I do it next week, I'm pretty sure I will use ribbon next week. So you're aware that it's not that I don't like the ribbon. I just, on these cards, I just didn't use ribbon. And as you guys, you see when I make these cards, I'm not really a ribbon-y person. Not because I don't like it. I just kind of forget about it, to be honest with you. Okay, so this first piece, we are going to lay straight down on our card using this like ice. It's almost like an icy that has touched this gorgeous Shaded Spruce. And then our other piece of Designer Series paper is going to get kind of just on a slant, just so you kind of see, you know, just a little bit of that other paper. Now, this piece here is 4 by 5 1/4. And this layer here is 5 by 3 3/4. So that is going to get layered like that. I love that this is dark and our card base is dark, but then we have that pop of green sitting behind that. And I really think it makes these colors really pop together. So let's go ahead and layer this down first. Okay, this one is going to go on the slant. So I'm just watching all 4 of my corners to make sure that they're touching the outside of that bottom layer of designer series paper. And as you can see, those have got that beautiful snowflake design on it as well. So I'm going to actually go this way. Touch, touch, touch. Make sure they're all touching there, or just about. So see how that is on the slant? And then you can see that shaded spruce ice image behind it. All right, then we are going to we need some old or mossy meadow, crumb cake, old olive, and then a white strip. Then we're going to need our inside card base to make the inside pretty with whatever we choose. So first, I am going to take my little pine cone down here. We're going to stamp some pine cones. And I am going to use the pecan pie ink on top of that. So I'm going to stamp this 3 times. And there's a coordinating die, so we will have those cut out for us. On my old olive, I am going to use this die right here. So I know it looks a little bit goofy, but trust the process. We're going to die cut that out of our mossy meadow. So I just have a piece of mossy meadow. When I do, I'm going to get a piece that looks like this here. Look at the fine detail of that. Isn't that crazy? It's very, very kind of dainty and delicate. So I'm going to set that aside. Now I do have to get some of these little pieces out of there. So I'll do that when we go to put this together. We're going to need that little pine cone right here. Now there is dies in here that you can actually cut the pine cone in 2 different layers. So if you wanted to do the bottom layer in like a crumb cake and the top layer in like early espresso, you can have that very, very realistic looking pine cone. But I am just going to stamp it and we're going to die cut it like that. So I'm going to set that there so we will make sure. And I think I'm going to actually throw my pins everywhere. Let's not. I'm going to actually bring in the mini. Since these are so small, I think we can get to those. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish doing the stamping before we get this rolling through. Let me just grab my... Oops, sorry you guys. I feel like my light is very far away. I didn't mean to shake you guys. Oh. Using my old olive, I hope this is a big enough scrap. I'm going to use this image right here. And it is a smaller print on the front of our, as you can see, this is a lot bigger than what the actual image is that the picture. So typically the pictures are a little bit smaller to fit them all on the front of that. I'm gonna hope that I can get 2 of these on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do tone on tone. So I'm gonna use Old Olive ink. So I make sure I have my mat underneath here that is that foam cushion to give me some cushion for the pushin'. Because our photopolymer don't have the foam behind it like our red rubber would. So we got to have kind of some cushion to give that better image when we press down. Oh, perfect. Look at there. Perfect size to get that stamped. Okay, so now we need to grab the coordinating die over here, which is right here. I'm going to give that a second to dry because I can still see that that ink is kind of wet. So I'm going to do my pine cones first. So I should have stamped these and already had them ready for us, but I was kind of busy making sure a puppy wasn't piddling on my carpet. So yeah, you guys are gonna have to sit through die cutting. That's okay, because then you're seeing the process, and you know, that's kind of the whole point. I mean, sometimes I have magical fingers and I have these already done for us. But today we're just going to take our sweet time. Okay. Pine cones, check. Those are done. Okay, let's put our pine cones there so we don't lose anything. We can move that now. Now we need to come in and do our little spruce, our bough, or whatever you want to call this, bow. Kimberly says she has the grand pup there with her tonight. It's a crazy Aussie evening. Woohoo! Lucky you. I'm glad you get to babysit though. Yeah, luckily, I mean, the one dog that we've had for, like I said, he's about ready to be 6. He does pretty good if we leave the house. Like when we went on vacation last year and we went up to Oregon, my son was home. And my son pretty much stays inside of his room most of the time. But as long as you just take him out to go potty, he's actually pretty good. He does have some anxiety. That's kind of why we wanted to get another dog, just because he really misses when we had our other dog that wound up getting bit by the rattlesnake and passing away. I think he really missed her. That was like his little sister. And so that's why it was kind of another one of those things that we really wanted to bring in another dog to give him just a little bit of, you know, security when we leave. I know it's kind of funny when you think about this big pit bull dog needing some security, but he's kind of a big chicken. I know he would protect us if anything was to happen. He would probably rip somebody's face off if he had to. But in the meantime, I don't want him to ever have to be put in that position. But he's a big lug, and he's definitely not the little puppy. He thinks he's a lap dog, but he'll break your legs if he tries to get in your lap. Or he'll lick you to death. He's good at doing that as well. He likes to lick. Okay, so there is our card base with our pieces that we're going to need. We're also going to need this white strip. I am going to use the sentiment. Now, you've got some pretty fun sentiments in here. Celebrate the season. It's the most magical time of year, and warmest winter wishes. So really, really fun sentiments. I'm going to use the, it's the most magical time of year. So we're going to take this, and I'm going to do this in that cherry cobbler. Oh, Anna, I got your card today. I'm going to actually show it. I have it sitting over here. I'm glad I saw your name pop up so I don't forget. So I'm going to move this kind of down. And again, this is in that cherry cobbler. I want this kind of a thin sentiment. Okay. beautiful. So let me grab Anna's card. So I set it here so I make sure I remember to share it with you guys. So I'm going to set that there. We're going to cut that down, but let's go ahead and get to putting this card together. So what I kind of came in here and did, now there is a picture of a similar card over on the Stampin' Up website. It has that ribbon to it, but again, I wanted to take this and kind of make it a little bit different, just to make it kind of my own little design here. So I'm going to take both of these pieces and we're just going to kind of spread those out here. Now I'm not adhering anything down yet because we need to make sure our placement is good. Now, as you can see, these two pieces are being held together by this little circle. I'm going to just cut that apart. I'm gonna just cut that little circle right out of there. And I'm gonna take these and I'm just gonna lay these on here for the moment until I decide that I like my placement. Let's take our paper trimmer and let's cut this little white strip down. Now, this white strip is 1 inch right now by about 4 1/4. And I need to make that much smaller, so I think I might go down to a 1/2 inch. I think a 1/2 inch. Well, nope, I might cut that. So I'm probably gonna have to do 5/8. Yep, 5/8 is gonna work. Yep, that's perfect. And then I'll cut that down in just a minute. Then we are going to take our sentiment and we're going to run our sentiment across this. But first, I'm going to cut this just to the little slant there, just to give it just a little bit of different, instead of it just being straight across. So let's grab some glue. Let's start gluing these pieces down. So our green pieces are going to go straight down like so. Okay, this one is going to go down here. I want it hanging just a little bit over that slanted paper. This one, I'm just going to run a little bit of glue down that center seam. Push that right there. And this one is going to go kind of diagonal from it. Like that. Okay, and I'm leaving the little outside sprigs just to kind of free float there, so it looks like they're kind of real. Then we're going to take our sentiment. We're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Hello, Linda. Welcome in. Okay, I'm going to take that. I'm just going to place that right across the center here. Like that. Then we're going to grab some of our mini dimensionals. We're going to pop some of these these pine cones up. As you can tell, I'm still in my fluffy squirrel with my acorns. Okay, I'm going to pop this one up right there. Then I'm going to take both of these and just kind of stick them right like so. So I'm going to actually glue those two together. Just like that. How is physical therapy still going, Linda? Are you still doing good? Okay, I'm just going to put 2 of my mini dimensionals up on the top of these and then put a little bit of glue down here. We're just going to stick these to our sentiment. And then take those and place them just right over here, like so. Okay, and now this is when the fun begins with this card. Yeah, if I can find what I did with them. Well, I know I just had them because I just shared them with you. Those little beautiful snowflake gems. Where, oh, where did I put them? Oh my goodness gracious. Sometimes okay, do you see them? And I'm just losing my marbles here. Huh, well, they couldn't have gone far. Oh, that's right. I put them, no? I thought maybe I set them underneath my paper, but... Oh, for the love of Pete. All right, hold please. I have to find my gems because they are the kind of the star of the show today, and I can't believe I've misplaced them when I was just showing them to you guys. But I guess that's the story of my life, right? Did I drop them on the floor? Don't think so. Did I stick them in my catalog? You guys are probably yelling at me. They're under your... Oh, look at you guys. Ha! Thank you. Who told me that? Cheryl, thank you so much. Ah! Okay, so we're going to pull these out. Thank you, thank you. You saved the day. Okay, so we're going to grab some of these beautiful little gems here, and we are going to add these to this card. So I'm going to grab one of my small. So these come in small and large in both colors. And we're going to start decorating this up. So if you thought this card was pretty just a minute ago, just wait. We are going to really give this card some pizzazz. Look at that. Look at what that adds to that card. Just all that bling and gorgeousness, and it goes so perfectly with that paper. It really brings out, like, putting that sentiment with that little bit of cherry cobbler, but then you add those cherry cobbler little snowflakes. It really brings that cherry cobbler out on that paper as well. So that is our first card. Now we've got to complete the inside of this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of that back paper there. So let's grab that. And we are going to do a strip of that. So we're going to need 1/2 inch. By 5 1/4. And I'm going to put that right along the bottom here. But I think first I'm going to grab my old olive. and grab this sprig here. There we go. And I'm gonna do this sprig just a couple of times around on here. Just like that. Oh, come on. And then we're gonna place this right over like so. Oh, perfect. I think these would make beautiful winter birthday cards also, especially for men in your life that you need like wintry birthday cards for. I think these look so kind of rustic and they do kind of give off man vibes, but they're beautiful. Like they could go for literally anybody. Let's look at our sentiments again. Warmest winter wishes. So what we put, it's the most magical time of the year. So with the font on magical is the same as celebrate the season and the warmest winter wishes. I like how they've put that font throughout each of the sentiments, so they really kind of match well together. I think I'm going to do celebrate the season. And again, I'm going to do it in that cherry cobbler. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you love this card or what? Okay, there is card number 1 with that sparkly little bit there that just adds so much texture and shine to this card. Now, if you wanted to, we could come in with some of our Wink of Stella and we can actually give these pine cones a little bit of a wink. Like they've gotten wet and they've got a little bit of the morning dew on them. So like that. I don't know if you guys can see that shine on there, but it's there, I promise. So that's card number 1. Okay, let's do card number 2. So I'm going to do that pink one because we're going to kind of mix things up here just to give a little bit of a different contrast, just to show you guys how like versatile this set is. Okay, I'm bringing in an old embossing folder. And so just know that when you place an order and I send this kit out to you, I will make sure that your piece of paper is embossed. I'm not going to leave you hanging with, you know, your stuff that you can't get anymore. I'll make sure I have it done. But this is called the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. I love this embossing folder. That's why it still sits right here, even though it's been retired. I just think this works so well with winter cards. So for this card, I have my inside or my main layer for my card base. My card base is basic gray. This is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. My white piece is 4 by 5 1/4. I have some scrap of white. I know that's a big scrap, but it's what I had on hand, so I just grabbed it. And then I've got some of our scraps or those are not scraps, some of my layers from the Country Lace Designer Series paper. This is still available. I just kind of like the subtlety of this, but then we've got some of that petal pink that I thought just a little bit of pattern paper is really going to look good on this card. So that's why I've chose this. So I have a strip of the gray from that. This is a 1/2 inch by 4.5. The petal pink is 1/2 inch by 5. And then I've got some of the silver foil. This is 1/4 of an, or no, 1/2 inch. These are 3/4 of an inch wide. This is a 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this white outside piece and I'm going to run this through my embossing folder. Now with this embossing folder, if you do have this, you know that it starts out kind of light and then it gets thicker with the snow. Personally, I like to, when I put my piece of paper in there, I like to flip my paper over when I use it, because I mean, I guess if you look at it, maybe it's thicker down at the ground, but the way I think of it in my mind, that it would be thicker snow coming from the sky and then lighter drops as they fall down. So you can pick how you put it on your card. That's just the best way I can describe how I think it looks good, but everybody's got their own visual preference. So since that's the 3D, I had to use my specialty plate to run that through my big emboss machine, Stampin' Cut emboss machine. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about. See how it's lighter up top and then it gets thicker as it goes down? I'm gonna flip this over and this is how I like to use it. Okay, so let's get our card base here. So I'm just going to give that a good crease on that. This is going to get adhered straight down to my card, like so. Get the glue booger off of my glue. And I love the light petal pink with this dark basic gray. I think they're so pretty together, those colors. Okay, now on our scrap, we are going to take and stamp some of our snowflakes here. So I need my basic gray. I'm also going to be using the petal pink. And then we're going to be doing some heat embossing with our gold or silver embossing powder. So let's go ahead and do our big snowflake first. So I'm going to be using the big snowflake. Now it really is big, like it wouldn't fit on my normal block. So I had to bring out my E block for this snowflake to fit. So with basic gray, I'm just going to stamp my big snowflake first. Okay. Shoot, I was supposed to stamp on this first and I forgot again. I forgot on my sample card too, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Typically, and what you guys want to do is you want to stamp your sentiment first before you emboss it, but You're not going to be able to because I'm going to emboss this for you before you get it, but I will show you that you can still stamp your sentiment. I am using Warmest Winter Wishes, and I'm going to line this up down towards this bottom corner, and I'm just going to press down pretty hard because I want to make sure that I'm getting past those high points of that embossed cardstock. So I guess it's probably good that I show you this way because you're going to get yours like that, already embossed, to show you that you can still stamp on that. You're just going to have to press kind of hard to make sure that you get past the raised areas. So that works just like that on there. Okay, so there is our large snowflake. Then we're going to take our petal pink and we are going to stamp our smaller snowflake. So that's this one right here. And I'm going to stamp that right up here to utilize my scrap. Oh, I need to take a drink. Okay, pull that off just like that. So nice crisp image. Okay, we're done with that. Now I'm going to grab my, there it is, embossing buddy here. And over this image that I just stamped, I'm gonna kind of take a look at it, make sure that ink is dry. I'm just gonna take my embossing buddy and put some powder on there to make sure we don't get any of our silver powder sticking to this image because we don't want it on there. We want to take this image here, which is this snowflake right here. We're going to stamp this in our Versamark. Now there's 3 little dots. There's 3 little dots right in the center of this snowflake. There's also 3 little dots in here. If I match those dots up, this is going to sit perfectly inside of my image. Now hopefully my head doesn't bounce off of you guys, but as long as I match those 3 in the center and push that down, because it's hard to see because I've got a light colored ink, but I can match those dots up in the center, my image will now come out just fine. So now I need to grab my spoon. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to grab my heat tool. We're going to heat that powder up and let that set. Okay. Now I'm going to, again, cut these out. Let me grab my machine here. I'm going to take these and just kind of separate these from that white. So this will then fit inside of there. Let me turn that around, get all my stamps out of the way. And let's come in with that large die. I'm gonna lay that one on there. Grab my tape to make sure it holds it so we don't lose our position while we're trying to run that through. And then I'm gonna also take this one and die cut this one out at the same time. Okay, there's that one. And here's this one. Okay, and there's both of our images. And here's our card base. So now what we need to do is on these pieces, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna go straight up the center and then cut a little flag. Just like so. So it gives me a little flag on the end of that. And I'm gonna do that on all three of these pieces. So kind of eyeball the center, go from the corner up to that little cut that you just made. And then same on the silver. Now, if you guys have been looking for our Stampin' Snips in the online store and you're not finding them, it's because the manufacturer who was making our snips for us is no longer going to do that. So our scissors are sold out at this time. Stampin' Up! Is trying to find a new manufacturer for our scissors. I know back in the day, now it was before my time with Stampin' Up!, they had large scissors. I like these little small ones. I think they're much more portable. I think they're much easier to hang on to, especially when you're doing fussy cutting. But the big scissors, from what I hear, were pretty stinking amazing. So we'll see what Stampin' Up! Decides to come up with. Okay, so we're gonna take that one. I'm gonna actually adhere these over here first. So I'm just gonna run just a little bit of glue down the side because I'm gonna adhere this one to this one first. Okay, like that. And I'm not going quite in the center of that flag. I'm kind of staying over just a bit. And then this one is gonna go right down the center of where those two would sit. So you just wanna watch your two sides to get that center. Don't worry about the flag part at the bottom. Okay, that's what we want that to look like. Now we're gonna come over here and we're going to pop up our smaller snowflake onto the gray. And so we can cover up those, we can turn it and go this way, You really can do so many different directions with this. I think I'm gonna actually go like that so I can still see some of these little gray ones. If you take it this way, these will actually cover up those. But I think I actually want to kind of see some of those. So I'm gonna go just like that. Okay. Now, taking our little flag strips here, I'm just gonna adhere those to the side. Now you might want to use Stampin' Seal because you are putting this over an embossed image or embossed area here. So you are going to have those raised bumps. But if you just kind of hold it for a few seconds, it will adhere to that. Give it a pretty good firm press on there. Oops. Okay, then we're going to pop this up again. We're going to pop up the now you guys might be thinking I'm going a little nuts here on these, but I really want this to be popped up pretty good. There we go. Get those more towards the tips, and then the one in the center here. Okay. Now we're going to decide how we want this. Do we want point straight up? Do you want it tipped this way? I actually think I kind of like it tipped like that. Or you don't have to have, I mean, you can figure out how you like it. I think that's pretty good right there. Commitment, commitment. And there is our beautiful card. Now, again, we are not complete without some of these gorgeous little gems. Or, again, what are they called? Faceted snowflakes. So I think I might want to take one of the silver ones and pop right in the center because I think it definitely needs that there. Now I was thinking we might need one on each one of these. You can take a small one towards the tip here. Actually, I think I like it right there. And this is why I said I think I'm going to need another package of these because these are not going to last long for me. Isn't that stunning? Oh my gosh, you guys. I just love that subtle pink with that dark gray and some of that silver. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, let's grab our inside piece. And let's grab another strip of that gray to keep our, you know what, maybe, no, because we're going to stamp a snowflake on the inside. So let me grab my trimmer here. We're going to cut 1/2 inch. I think we're going to go down the length of this. So we're going to go 5 1/4. And I think I'm going to actually grab that same snowflake as we used right there. And we are going to stamp that. go like this. Let's try this. I'm going to stamp off once, and I'm going to stamp that right in the center here. Okay, very, very subtle. Don't even know if you guys can see that on camera. Oh, there you can see it. Just very subtle. Let's grab, oops, wrong one. I'm gonna need that basic gray again. I'm gonna take this strip and I'm gonna add this strip right to, no, I don't like that. We're gonna actually put this at the bottom. And don't be afraid that just because you have something in your mind, that you can't just do the old switcheroo. Okay, I'm going to do I need to clean that off first. I'm gonna do Celebrate the Season. And I'm gonna do that in basic gray. And we're gonna do it right over the top of that snowflake. I love that. Using that lighter color behind our sentiment is just so pretty. And again, it gives that very delicate look to it. Okay, there we are. And there is card number 2. Very elegant card. I agree 100%, Kimberly. When I was designing this, I thought, oh my Lord, I think I am in love with this card. It's got pink on it, so how could I not love it? But just stunning. I just really like it. So I'm glad you love it too. All right, so that is card number 2. Now, let me show Anna's card that I just got in the mail. She was the winner of our mystery stamping for last month. So she was sending me a little thank you card. And I love how she has done this embossed piece back here. Not sure if she did watercolor. Not sure if it is some of the, what were those? Those pastels that we had. And just kind of soften that look in that embossed, those edges there. Just absolutely beautiful. So she was thanking me for her gift that she got from winning the mystery stamping. And this yellow ribbon is gorgeous too. It's really kind of a shimmery ribbon. So beautiful card, Anna. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so let me stick that over there so I can go set that up on my bookshelf. All right, let me move the stuff around. Let me grab the Moo Moo Buckaroo and get some of these little white, because we're going to find those everywhere. Okay, noisy but efficient. I'll take it. All right, let's do our last card. So our last card, I have a crumb cake and a big, large piece of white scrap here. Let's see, what do I got? There we go, there we go. Okay, so we have a big scrap and a piece of crumb cake. That's what we need for this card. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Let's go ahead and give her a good, nice crease there. So on the front of this, we're going to do some stamping. So we're going to take the Warmest Wishes. And let me clean that off since we do have ink on that. I'm going to use Crumb Cake. No, actually, I'm going to use Versamark. So I'm going to grab Versamark and I'm just going to start stamping Warmest Wishes. Okay, just like that. Now, it's going to get darker as that Versamark ink starts like seeping into that cardstock. So as it sits here, it's going to be more and more visible to you. We're going to use our big scrap of white here, and we're going to get to stamping. So on my first snowflake, I need the big one. We're gonna clean that off because I know I had gray on that. Okay, and I need my, what do I need? Oh, I need the Old Olive, I believe. Did I use Old Olive or did I use... No, I think I used Mossy Meadow. So we're just going to go with Mossy. Okay, Mossy Meadow for my big snowflake this time. Right there. Okay, there's that. Now I do think I need to, if you guys watched me and the hubby live, I was saying that if your pads ever get dried out, and us here in the desert, my ink pads get dried out, and yes, I keep putting re-inker on them, but if I just take a little bit of water and spray that water on that, and that was not water, that was rubbing alcohol. Eee. Good thing I went very light. Nope, this is water. If I just take some water, put some water on there, I will get that moistened back up so it will now grab that color a little bit better. So I'm done with that one for the moment. So now we're going to come in, now that everything is a little bit wet, and I'm going to use this little stamped image right here. It's got the 3 little sprigs, and we are going to stamp that 6 times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crazy, right? But see how much darker that is after I just sprayed that with water? That image is coming out a lot clearer than kind of this just came out. But it's good because that's going to be my bottom layer, so it's okay. I'm also going to take this snowflake right here, and we're going to stamp that. And I'm going to put it right there. Okay, now what do we need? We need, we're going to need Secret Sea. I think we are done with Mossy. We need Shaded Spruce. Now, shaded spruce, we're going to actually use this image right here. This is one solid image. I know it looks like two, but when you open this up, they're actually connected just like this. So we're going to take this and we're going to stamp this 1, 2, 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. I know this looks like a crazy lot, right? Kind of is, but we're going to go with it. Then using this stamp here. Now we did petal pink on that, so we need to clean that really quick. We're going to use shaded spruce for that one. The part that's so time consuming on this card is the die cutting. And I should have, again, cut pieces out ahead of time. But I was like, no, you guys, I want you to see the process. Now we're going to take this little image right here. And we're going to do that. And then while I have this open, we're also going to take this other snowflake right here. So as you can see, the only image that I didn't use was that single little sprig. It's the only one I didn't use. Okay, we're going to grab our secret C. We need to stamp that small snowflake twice. And this little sprig piece 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're good. It's a lot, right? But wait till you guys see this finished project. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm just going to come in here so we can make this fit in our machine. Just cut that apart right there. Let's cut this up here too. I'm going to move all these stamps so I don't wind up, like that, dropping it on any white pieces of paper. Now we're going to bring in our dies. And we're going to grab the big snowflake. We're going to do that. Okay, let's grab this one. The next one here is this. Just like so. And let me grab my other piece of tape. Oops. Jeez. Okay, let's grab the little snowflake. Try to make as less runs as I can and as many cuts in one run. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. Especially when things decide to start shifting on you. And let's take this little guy. Let's do one of these while we've got it. And we're going to do one of these. All right, let's go for it. A bingo bango. All right, where did my other piece of, oh, there it is. All right, so look, we've got pieces falling out here. So we've got that, our little snowflake. We've got our big snowflake here. Okay, this one can be put away because we're done with that. And the big one can be put away because we're done with that. Okay, so there's that one. What else do we got here? This little one, we still got another one of those to do. So let's move this up here. Okay, put that one on there. This snowflake can go here. Oops, we didn't get this one out. Okay, what else can we do? Well, that's it for right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's take those off now. So here's our other little sprig, our other little snowflake, and these little guys are the ones you got to be careful because they can get stuck to things and they disappear. And we don't want disappearo. Okay, we've got one more of these sprigs right there. Okay, there's that one. Now we can put that piece away. I'm gonna tear some of that off so we're not dealing with so much overhang. Whoops. Okay, let's grab this. Oops. And let's try to do one of these as well. Ah. Are you guys falling asleep on me? I told you it's a lot, but you guys are going to love this card once it's done. Hello, Karen. Once it's all put together, it's worth it. You might be saying, I don't know if it's worth all that. But hey, that's kind of the whole point of this set. Is it's a buildable set, and you really are building. It's almost like paper Legos. Hey, I wonder if I tell my husband that he'll come out here and craft more often. If he thinks it has anything to do with Legos. Oh, come on. So my mom had to run to Costco today because they have some really cool Christmas items in stock right now. So they have I collect some of the Jim Shore, their wood they're kind of like a wood carving type thing. Well, there was a great big Grinch that I had seen on, I think, TikTok or something like that. And so they only had so many in stock. And the girl, when my mom had called, she had said, she goes, if you're going to get it, you better get it now because they're kind of flying off our shelves. So my mom kind of decided that she was going to run in to Costco today to get a couple things. She collects these wooden figures that have lights in them. And normally our home goods store carries them during the holidays. Well, she's been finding them throughout the year, and so she's got quite the little collection. Well, she saw that Costco has an advent calendar made out of these wood, the wood of these other items that she has. So when she called, they told her that they only had like 60 of those left, and they were really going fast. So she was like, well, if I want one, I better get down there and get it right now. So she called and told me, and I said, well, you're there. Can you look and see if they have the Jim Shore Grinch? And lo and behold, they had it. Fantabulous price, let me tell you. It was only 60 bucks, like $61 or something like that. And so she grabbed me one. So right before I went live, she ran it over here to me, and she's like, look, they had it. I can try to show it to you guys. It's really big. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it in camera, but I can try when we're done here so you guys can see how cool this thing is. I'm sure you've probably seen either the deal guy or he always shows some really neat stuff. And I know he showed the advent calendar and the Grinch. But they had this really neat Disney like village thing with a little not Snoopy, what's his name, Goofy is on ice skates, and he's on a little ice skating rink, and he's animated and he moves around and stuff. And I was debating on whether or not getting that, but I know that there's going to be a release this year of a Christmas Lego village. We've been watching all the upcoming Lego items that are going to be launched this year, and so I kind of debated. I was like, which one do I want? Which one do I want? But I was like, no, we've already got our little Christmas village going with over the years we've been collecting our Legos, and we put up a display for Christmas of all of our Lego houses. So I told her that I would wait on the Disney village because I was saving my money for the Christmas village that's coming out for Lego. So we'll see if it really comes out or not. Sometimes they talk about things and they just don't launch. All right, so let's get these little pieces so I know where everything is. We've got 3 of those. We've got 2 of those. Bingo, bango, and I think we're golden. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's start getting this put together. So with our large snowflake here, we're going to actually take these and we are going to place these facing each one of our large, see how these go across? There's a little line right here. If you guys can see that. There's a line that goes straight across the middle. This is going to get adhered right in the middle and then go straight across our sprigs like that. So we're gonna do that with all 3. So I'm just gonna put a dot of glue in the middle and start adhering these. So this is going to be our first start. Of our snowflake. Whoops, I guess I should probably put just a little bit of glue. Oh, come on. Like that. And now this one is going to go, ugh, I got glue on my fingers now. This one's going to go this way. So give that a second, hold that down. Okay, let's get this a little bit straighter so we look like we know what we're doing. Okay, that's going to look like that. And then with these little guys, we're gonna take these and we're gonna adhere these right inside this little open space. So right where I put that glue, that's a little open space in each one of these areas. That's where these little sprigs are gonna go. So we're gonna take that and just place it right like that. Give that a second. So we finished Dexter Resurrection. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It makes me wonder if they're gonna do another one because they've already done a couple of Dexters and I just can't imagine them going anywhere else with it. But this one was a shocker because it had some pretty like top dog actors in it. Uma Thurman was in it. Peter Dinklage was in it. So I'm curious to see if they continue going on. And of course, Michael C. Hall is Dexter. Okay. There is our first one. Okay. We're going to do some other things to it. Well, one more thing to it. This one here is going to be a standalone. This one here, these two are going to be standalones. Now this one, we're going to kind of do that same thing. We're going to put some glue around the center here. We're going to just start lining these up like so. Oops, actually, it's supposed to be over here. It's going to fill in the space. So this big open space right here is the space that we're going to be filling. So let me put a little bit more glue up in these spaces. Voila. Okay. Isn't that kind of crazy how that creates that? All right, so now let's get these on here. So this big one, let's grab some of our big dimensionals. Ah. All right. So this, we're going to take this one and we're going to place it right here. Okay, this little blue, we're going to put this right up in this top corner over here. This one, we're going to pop that one up. This one's going to go right like so. I'm going to pop this one up. This is going to go right over here. This other little one, I'm going to put right down here. Okay. Isn't that so cool how we've just created all those beautiful colors and made that snowflake? So cool. That's what I was talking about, that this is such a buildable, customizable set that you could do so many different things with so many different colors. Like no card, it's genuinely going to be like a true snowflake. Like no two cards are going to be the same, because once you start going on stamping these in different colors, you're going to start adding those together and you're really going to have fun with this. Let me grab my take your pick tool. Now we're going to put a large one right in the middle of this large, whoops, snowflake, because why not? Let's grab a small one, put it right up over here. Let's do another large one right in the center of this one. A small here, and another small in the middle of this one. Beautiful, right? Again, another stunning card. Now you may find a card similar to this on the website for this set. Now, it is using a long, slim fold card. I have kind of just taken some of the elements and I've turned it into an A2 size card, because I don't really do slim size cards. I don't have envelopes for them, and this is just my standard go-to size card. So whenever they make cards like that, I always downscale them to the size cards that I like to play with. So if you like the A2 size cards, you can check the one out on the web page, shopdannygorola.com. Go to Delicate Pines, and there is a longer version of this card that you can see. Let's do the inside. I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to come back in with a couple of these snowflakes and just stamp on here. Let's see. We've already got that out. Where's it at? Here it is. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp the shaded spruce. Right kind of down over here in this area. I kind of just turn it like that. Now, I think if I take this one here, I think I'm going to do it in the, maybe I'm going to do it back in green, just because we don't have that same snowflake. And again, no two snowflakes are the same. So let's go ahead and, oh, there it is. Grab my mossy. Again, lining up those 3 little circles. And those fit right in the little white spaces of that. Oh my gosh, isn't that so cool? Where I did the mossy and then the shaded spruce. So very, very neat set. Like, I cannot say enough about this set. I truly just think it's so pretty. I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to stamp the sentiment in crumb cake. And then I think I'm going to take some of the Secret Sea, these little snowflakes, and do around the outside. Okay, so we're going to take, because we stamped the warmest wishes, winter wishes around the outside here, I'm going to take that same image in crumb cake. I'm going to stamp that in the center here, just to bring some of that crumb cake into our card. I don't have the patience for that. Like I said, one of the biggest things is doing the die cutting, because you've got so many little pieces to die cut. I get it. But honestly, I think it's kind of worth it if you can get past the time sake of it and see what you create at the end. I really think it's beneficial, and you might actually enjoy doing it. Let's see. Yep, I'm going to do it stamped off once, and then I'm just going to come in here, go like this. One more down over here in this bottom corner. There we go. And I'm done. So there is the inside of our card. Let's get this put in here. I mean, you would definitely wow somebody with these cards, let me tell you, and they're going to see the time that you've put into it if they know anything about crafting. And we all know that our cards are a hug with a fold in the middle. Yep, it's just a paper hug. So when you give somebody the paper hug that you've spent all that time in, they know that they're cherished. And if they don't, then maybe you need to tell them. Because if they know anything about your hobby of crafting, then they know that we've put a lot of time and love into creating these cards. So there is today's class. As you can see, I love, 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 love. And I'm not going to share with you guys the other cards that I've been making, because if I do a class next week, which I'm kind of really leaning towards doing, just because I love this set so much. And I've been loving playing with it. And then it just gives you guys more opportunity and more reason why you really need to purchase this set, because then you're going to have, you know, 6 cards that I'm showing you. And then I'm sure other demonstrators are having a lot of fun with this as well. That, you know, the more inspiration, the better, I believe. So I hope you guys enjoy these and see how wonderful this set is. I really can't say enough good things about it. Ooh, I love the one on the left. Yeah, right? Isn't that beautiful? See, Karen, I think I might just talk you into it. Yeah, and that one was the simplest one, honestly, because all I did was stamped gray, the dark gray, and then I stamped the petal pink in that one, and then took the other stamp right here, and I did that in Versamark, and then used the silver embossing, and, you know, it was just that simple. And then I just put them together with dimensionals, or elevators, as we call them, as you call them. Or no, what is it? It's one of your family members who call them elevators. Was it your sister? So definitely, I mean, that one is the most time consuming card. So do you have to make that card? Absolutely not. If you want to keep it more, on the not as complicated side, go with these two. But I think once you get playing with it, you're going to want to just keep stamping and just keep going and putting different colors together. Like this card here, God only knows how many colors you could make this card in. We've got so many designer series paper, and I'm sure you, as anybody else, has like stacks and stacks of paper that are now maybe retired with Stampin' Up, but you still want to find ways of using your paper because you've spent your well-earned money on it. So you can take any of our colors and come in and do this. Do you know how pretty this would be in Pool Party? It would be beautiful if you were to do it in Pretty in Pink. Like Pretty in Pink and gray is gorgeous as well. I just kept it more on the subtle side with using that Petal Pink and the Country Lace Designer Series paper. So that is my tip, and I really think you guys are going to have fun with this set. It is going to be well loved for very many years to come, and because, like I said, it's different than any other snowflake set that we've had. I think it's really going to be a top seller of our holiday season bundles. So, all right, you guys, have a fabulous, fabulous week. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget that I'm going to be putting out the mystery stamping supply list on the 10th. I will put that here on Facebook as well as, but that won't be on the regular Facebook page. It is going to be in my private group, Pink Barn Stamper group. That's where it's going to be listed, or you can always find it over on my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com. I will post that Wednesday for you guys. And then we will actually do our live mystery stamping on the 17th in the private group. And then you guys will have a full week to get your cards submitted with just taking a photo of it and putting it in the comments over there. And I will draw a winner on the 24th. Okay. All right. So now you know. All right. I will see you guys soon. And I'm going to go have more fun creating more cards using this fabulous set. The more I play with it, the more ideas like pop in my mind with what I want to do. Like crazy stupid story. I actually had a dream about this set last night. So now you know what I'm dreaming about. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Be safe. Bye-bye.